Beginning on January 1st, 2016, all Chinese couples are allowed to have 2 children. This marks the end of China's infamous one-child policy, which has restricted the majority of Chinese families to only have 1 child for the last 35 years. This policy began in 1980, when the need to reduce the population began. The decision to reduce the number of children expecting parents are allowed to have rapidly and unexpectedly changed the demographic of the population, with Chinese families demanding that their family name gets passed on to the next generation. There have been multiple cases of families giving girls up for adoption or even leaving them to die. With the increased infanticide of females, the current generation of males are having a difficult time finding wives, causing them to even leave the country to find somebody to marry. With the removal of the current law, it's believed that the rate of infanticide will reduce and the Chinese demographic will.
In 2013, New York Times announced that China was spending $250 billion into building a higher education in China, with the goal of producing 195 million college graduates by 2020. Beijing is currently undergoing one of the most dramatic shifts in education in international modern history. China's universities increased from 1,022 in 2001 to 2,824 in the world's largest student population, constituting 1 out of 5 students in the world. During the height of this boom, there were claims that China builds a new university every single week. While the education numbers look impressive, the country continues to experience a number of issues. Despite sweeping increases in the quality of education, when institutions have reached a medium-high level of higher education and some have climbed high to world-class standards, the old Soviet Union bureaucratic system persists. This requires further efforts from China to introduce a liberal arts curriculum and implement effective structures being capable of shifting mindsets.
In 2013, China sent its first moon rover to the moon, nearly 50 years after America sent the first astronaut, Neil Armstrong, to the moon. This rover is named U-2, or Jade Rabbit in Mandarin. Here's footage of the rover landing now. Now, let's have a warm welcome for our economic expert. Douglas, take it away.
Thanks, Kylie. In the 1980s, China implemented its open door policy. This allowed it to trade with foreign investments and companies that were outside of the USSR. China realized this because it needed Western technology. China implemented this new system of trade by opening 4 economic trade zones in South China. And since the 1980s, China's economic growth has been rapid and some of the fastest we've seen in history.
Now moving to Taiwan.
There has been recent controversy over whether Taiwan is a part of China or if it is independent as a nation. This was recently fueled by the fact that President Bush decided to open arms sales package trade with Taiwan. However, the Americans and President Bush have fully supported and pledged to help Taiwan in case of an attack from China.
Xenophobia in Japan.
Even in modern times, we see Japan struggle with xenophobia. With a population of 1.58 million and only 2% of the people being non-Japanese, ideologies about people can form that aren't necessarily true. So we see Japanese citizens have prejudice towards the non-Japanese people. Even at a train or bus, people will have empty seats next to them, and people would rather stand than sit next to, let's say, a black or a white person in Japan. And that's a racial issue that we need to target and fix for the future.
So how does it feel to be an African male in Japan?
in Japan, I face great prejudice being an African male because, well, one example would be just sitting on a train or subway, you know? Like, no one wants to sit next to you. Even if it's a packed train, people would rather stand than be next to me. It's almost like I'm some monster.
Thank you for your song.
On a sadder note, there was an earthquake slash tsunami slash nuclear meltdown in Japan that happened back in 2011. This event has many names. One name is the Great Sendai Earthquake, or Great Tokahoku Earthquake in Japan. It was a severe natural disaster that occurred in the northeastern part of Japan. The specific date was March 11th, 2011, of course. The event started when an earthquake happened by the movement slash shift of tectonic plates under the ocean surface, or on the ocean surface, is it? Well, under the ocean, under the water. This shift in tectonic plates caused the waves, the tsunami waves, to go at rapid speeds towards Japan's coast, causing a lot of damage. It was a very sad event that caused, I believe, 28,000 confirmed people to go missing slash die. Till this day, the effects, well, it doesn't affect Japan as much now, but there's still effects seen in Japan, so not everything's alright yet, but life be wildin' out here.
Northern Japan, they felt it. A violent magnitude 9.0 earthquake on March 11, 2011. It was centered about 80 miles offshore, and tsunami warnings went up immediately. In coastal cities, people knew what to do next: run to higher ground. It's from these vantage points on hills and in tall buildings that incredible footage was captured. In Kesanuma, people retreated to a high-rise rooftop and could only watch in horror as tsunami waves inundated their city, knocking buildings into rubble and mixing into a kind of tsunami soup filled with vehicles, building parts, and contents. Seawater cascaded over sea walls and into cities. This video shows the water rushing over an 18-foot seawall into Kamaishi City. The seawall here was the world's deepest and largest, but not enough for the magnitude of the March 11 disaster. It was the largest quake ever known in Japan, and one of the 5 largest recorded in the world. More than 28,000 people are confirmed dead or missing. When two tectonic plates push together under the sea, the resulting earthquake sends an enormous burst of energy up through the ocean, displacing enormous quantities of water. With the upward motion, a series of waves expands in all directions. In deep water, these waves travel fast, up to 500 miles an hour, but only reach a height of a few feet. A passing ship might not even notice. But as the waves enter shallow waters, friction with the ocean floor lowers the waves' speed, but raises their height. This video is from a Japan Coast Guard ship confronting a tsunami wave in shallow water on March 11. And a rare view from the air, video of a tsunami wave approaching the shoreline. In Japan, some tsunami waves reached as far as 3 miles inland. Japan may be the most seismologically studied country in the world, and with more than 1,200 high-precision GPS stations, a geophysicist at the University of Alaska used the data to create a visualization of the March 11 quake. The waves of displacement that you see were moving as fast as 5 miles per second. In this photo, the ripples of tsunami waves are seen moving upstream in the Naka River at Hitachi Naka City. new technology left an enormous amount of visual evidence for study in years to come, and can perhaps help us better understand the power of earthquakes and tsunamis and prevent loss of life in the future.
Let's talk about the globalization of Japanese culture and products. Sasageyo, shinzo sasageyo. Whoa, whoa. Hey, I didn't see you there. You didn't see nothing, okay? You didn't see me singing no anime? Yeah, you didn't see me. Okay, I'm just playing. Okay, due to globalization, we've seen many things from Japan, culture-wise, and item and merchandise-wise, spread to other parts of the world. One example of this would be, if I can get up here, instant ramen noodles. Okay, you know these delicious packs of ramen, beef-flavored ramen? Ooh, you even have shrimp-a-doodle, shrimp flavor, you know? But anyways, due to the spread of Japanese culture, such as food items, we can have instantaneous, authentic Japanese cuisine in less than 9 minutes, depending on your microwave, 3 to 9 minutes, that range. But more than just food, even though this is delicious. Like, I only have like 3 of these left. But we have things such as, anime. Oh, okay, look at this. Come on, look at it. Look at Itachi right there. That's my boy Itachi. This is his light novel. Come on, I caught the boy's light novel. You already know. Super Saiyan Goku? Like, this is a collector's item right here. Bought this at, like, Second and Charles, but thanks to globalization, we've seen culturally, Japanese culture spread. Like, culturally spread. What the heck was that? Anyways, thanks, globalization. Now, an ad from our sponsor, Maruchan.
Only minutes left to dinner. Not sure Mom can pull this off. Wait, did Mom just make that entire meal? Let's go to slow-mo. Oh, Maruchan! How did we miss this? Look at the precision, the grace. Unbelievable! Thank goodness for instant replay and instant ramen.
Bring smiles to the table. Maruchan.
Having those packs of ramen right there and watching that commercial made me hungry. So now I'm about to dig into some delicious ramen noodles. Authentic Japanese cuisine right here. Oh yeah. Oh, I need this power up, Oh, how could I forget? Itadakimasu. Some good noodles right here.
Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
How could I forget? Yeah, how could I forget? In order to say a thank you for the food, I have to say Gochi-so-sama. Gochi-so-sama. Oh! There might have been something in the food. Someone call 911. Oh no. Oh no. Goodbye, cruel world. Tell my waifus I love them. I'll be your new host, everyone. Due to the weeaboo antics of the last one, I was able to take control of his body. Anime shall take over this presentation. And I'll start with the top 10 anime list of 2019.
This winter's easily been one of the best anime seasons in recent times, with the return of Mob Psycho 100 and some really great non-sequels like The Promised Neverland, Dororo, Rising of the Shield Hero, and loads more. Will the spring season of anime be just as good? Let's find out. They're all going to be out in April, so get ready for them. We kick off with a bang, or in this case a punch, with One Punch Man Season 2. Everyone's favourite bold hero Saitama comes back with more epic punches alongside his devoted cyborg sidekick Genos. Familiar faces like Silver Fang, Tornado of Terror and Speeder Sound Sonic also reappear in the upcoming season, plus a new foe takes centre stage, one who dares to challenge Saitama's strength and reputation as the fabled One Punch Man. This season is sure to be a knockout, so get your fists ready. Next up, it's the remake of Fruits Basket. We're going down memory lane with this one, and for anyone who doesn't know, Fruits Basket was a short-lived anime back in 2001 about Toru Honda, the housekeeper to the Souma clan. They took her in after finding her camping on their private property, a circumstance that Toru was forced into as she's an orphan. Members of the family have the ability to turn into animals of the Chinese zodiac when hugged by someone of the opposite sex. Now, I know it's weird to have Japanese characters turn into something from the Chinese zodiac, but they didn't see an issue with this when they made the anime almost 2 decades ago, and they don't have an issue doing it again. What kind of differences can we expect in the remake? Well, we'll have to wait and see in April. Now we have Genja no Mago. This anime sees a young man reincarnated as a baby after dying in an accident. Now, after being revived, the patriot hero Merlin Wolford picked up the child and raised him as his grandson, naming him Shin. Now, over the years, Merlin trains him in the fine arts of magic, and Shin soaks up every single lesson. Now, that's all well and good, except for one little thing. By the time Shin turns 15, Merlin realized he forgot to teach his adoptive grandson the most important thing every magic practitioner requires: common sense. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that many shenanigans will happen in this one. Next up is the second core of Attack on Titan Season 3. Easily being one of the most watched anime, this is an anime that everyone knows about now. The show left off where Titans have taken over the outer wall Maria, and they must plug in the hole the colossal Titan made to take back their land to help with overpopulation and food shortages. Now, ending the 3rd season with radical plot twists, what will happen next as the main protagonist ventures off into Titan territory in an attempt to save humanity as they know it? This season promises a lot more action, so be prepared for a big roller coaster ride. Next up is Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3. For those who haven't heard about this series, it follows the members of the armed detective agency who solve mysteries and carry out missions for the mafia using their superpowers. Now, for me personally, it's a very underrated series. I think a lot of people dropped it after the 1st season because it was average, but the 2nd season was pretty good, so if you haven't seen it, do go and check it out. Season 3 will feature the underground organization Rats in the House of the Dead and its leader Fyodor, so get yourself up to date with the other seasons to get ready for them.
Ise no se de fumikomu kawai boku na wa nani mo watashi ranu ise no te kawai boku na wa nani mo watashi ranu 開く汗がこぼれるのさたの上せこんかとのへだった何も何を前上と話さなくてだろよ何も皆さんに守りたすべてをさしたらいつにか何もかめよ悪はうされよ派で渡ってるかの葉が飛んでゆくThanks. Thanks for watching this, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it's freaking 12 a.m. now. I need to finish editing this. I'm going to bed at 1 a.m. Just like with Ms. Bynum's last assignment. Yo, go, shikumi wo. I didn't even mean for this to turn on. Boku no naka ni dare ga iru no. Kawareta yo, kono sekai de. Kimi ga warau. Nani mo mietsu ni. You think I didn't know this one? Oh yeah, I know this one too. I was about to end the video. We're gonna keep going now. Oh. Kawarete boku nante sa. Iki mo tomete. Oh yeah. Hodokenai. Mo hodokenai yo. Shinjitsu sae. Threes. Kawasanai. Kawasanai. Kururanai. Kururanai. Ananata mitsukete. Yurete yukanda sekai ni dandan boku wa tsuki e toete mienaku natte mitsuenai de boku no koto wo mitsumenai de dareka ga ikenai sekai no naka de anata wo wanai yo yasa no no boku no koto wo See, I was about to end the video, then my playlist had to play this song. So, we're gonna keep going. After this song, I'm gonna end the video. But I have full control. I'm gonna do this for ya. Oh, wait a second. I think I forgot the lyrics, actually. Wait a second. We need to get back to a part I remember. Then, and only then, shall I start singing again. I know my group hates me right now. But if I have the editing, I can put all the anime I want into this. All the anime I want. I have full range this project. Oh my god. Miss Minor, we have to show this to the next generations. I'm gonna regret this someday, aren't I? I'm gonna see this on YouTube, won't I? And yukai ni sekai ni dandan boku wa tsuki de toete mienaku natte mitsukenai de boku no koto wo mitsumenai de dareka ga shikanai kotoku na wana ni mirai koto hotoke shimaya maya ni boku shite boku no koto wo Yaka nama wasurenai de wasurenai de wasurenai de wasurenai de Kami da 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 Kawena kato kato no beda obete o boku no koto Oh my god. You don't know how hot it is in this thing, first off. Yeah, I was gonna end the video too. Of course they play Unravel by Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul is a good anime. You need to watch this. And I bet our thing's over 25 minutes now. All right, probably.